Okay, let's unpack this. You've probably heard of casino owners, maybe bettors, the house.
Hmm.
But our sources today, they take us into a pretty hidden corner of online gambling.
Yeah, a really powerful corner. We're talking about these figures sometimes called casino whisperers.
Casino whisperers.
But
Interesting.
what's fascinating here, based on what we've read, is that these aren't like old school backroom guys.
Right.
They're consultants
Mm.
hired by the online platforms, the casinos, the sports betting sites you might actually use.
Okay, so consultants. And their primary mission. The sources suggest it's, oh, kind of unsettling.
It is. The material really lays it out. Their main goal is basically to engineer addiction.
Engineer addiction. Wow.
Yeah, it's about designing the platform, the whole experience.
To make you stay longer, play harder.
Exactly. And, ultimately lose more. It's a deep dive into how they try to keep you hooked using psychological tricks.
Psychological traces.
Precisely. The sources detail how they pull from different fields, like behavioral psychology,
Hmm?
maybe even social media UX design.
So people who really understand engagement.
Deeply. They look at stuff like triggering dopamine loops, how to maximize your time on the app, crafting those little micro reward cycles.
So it's really not accidental design at all then.
Not even close.
Every sound, every animation when you win, or even when you just almost win, the flashy stuff.
All of it. The sources indicate it's strategically calibrated. They know, for instance, that giving you a small win right at the start can, seriously boost your confidence.
And anchors you to the platform, makes you want to keep going.
Absolutely. Makes you much more likely to keep playing.
But what about losing? Too many losses up front and you just leave, right?
Right. And they know that. So that's where the subtler tactics come in.
Like what?
Like sprinkling in just enough of those almost wins right after you lose.
Oh, that feeling of so close.
Exactly. According to the sources, it's a deliberate design choice, engineered to make you feel like you were just about to hit it big.
Fostering that belief that you're due for a win keeps you emotionally invested. Keeps that investment high, yeah.
Okay, here's something from the sources that sounds particularly, striking. A bit chilling, honestly.
What's that?
These online platforms, they're constantly running A/B tests on users, often without you having any idea.
That's right. Think of it like, the sources frame it as being kind of an unwitting lab rat.
A lab rat for your own psychology.
Pretty much. They test tiny variations in button placement, the speed of animations, the sound effects for a loss.
Even the sound of losing.
Yeah, all to see which specific combination keeps users playing the longest, spending the most. It's pure optimization for addictive potential.
And it goes beyond just the interface, right? The buttons and sound.
Oh, yeah. The material suggests their influence extends further. They consult on bonus structures, how the odds are presented.
Even things like withdrawal delays, making it harder to get your money out.
Anything that prolongs your interaction, stretches out your emotional connection, keeps you tied to the platform.
Wow. And ethically. Where does this sit?
Well, that's a key point in the sources. There's a significant lack of ethical oversight for these specific psychological tactics.
So?
Because online gambling is often just framed as entertainment. So these design techniques don't usually face the kind of ethical review you'd see in, say, medicine or even some types of advertising.
So it kind of flies under the radar.
It seems to. Now, the sources do note not every platform uses these kinds of consultants.
Right.
But the ones consistently making the most money, they frequently do.
Okay. So wrapping this up for someone listening, what's the takeaway?
If you're ever using an online betting app and it feels really slick, maybe oddly rewarding or just difficult to put down,
Yeah.
the sources suggest you should understand there might be deliberate psychological design at work, a whisperer carefully crafting that feeling behind the scenes.
So the main point is that user experience on many top platforms, it isn't accidental. It's often sophisticated, deliberate engineering using behavioral science.
Exactly. Something to maybe keep in mind the next time a platform feels particularly
Sticky. So given what the sources reveal about this lack of ethical oversight, this direct psychological engineering, what does that mean for how we should maybe view these platforms? The ones blurring lines between fun entertainment and sophisticated behavioral influence. What part of this engineering really stands out to you?